Hi friends, welcome. So in this session, let us understand what is commerce, and also we'll discuss where accounting is started and what are the accounting systems. So what is commerce? In the market, there is a definitions, so many definitions for commerce. Like commerce means a trading, commerce means a business. But here we understand the very easiest manner. What is commerce? Very simple. Exchange of benefits. Exchange of benefits is known as commerce. I am exchanging a goods or I am exchanging a services. In return, I am collecting money or money's worth or goods or services. So the process of exchanging benefits is known as commerce, right? But that should not end up with a single transaction. If I am selling a old mobile, if I am selling one mobile to my friend, if I am collecting rupees 10,000, that won't be treated as commerce. I supposed to open a shop, I supposed to store the goods, I supposed to keep selling the goods to my customer. At the same time, I used to buy the goods from my vendors. So the process of exchanging benefits should be in a large scale, and that too in a rotate manner. What is commerce? Exchange of benefits is known as commerce, that too in a large scale. Is it clear? Right. So in other words, we also can say the process of buying and selling is known as commerce. Very simple, correct? So what is commerce? Exchange of benefits in a large scale, that too in a rotate manner, is known as commerce. Is it clear? Right. So next we understand where the accounting is started. You know very well. What is commerce? Exchange of benefits in a large scale. So when benefits are being exchanged, in a large scale, there is an auto involvement of resources. When the benefits are being exchanged in a large scale, there is an auto involvement of resources. What is mean by resources? Very simple, like purchase, sale, income, expenses, customer, vendor, assets, properties, salaries, all the things, whatever is involving in the business is known as commerce. So in order to run a business, we need all these resources. As a single person, a single business owner cannot handle all these resources in their mind. So here there is a requirement of accounting. Once again I repeat, commerce means exchange of benefits. Wherever benefits are being exchanged in a large scale, there is an auto involvement of resources, and to handle these resources we need accounting. So when it comes to accounting, there is totally two systems that are involving in the accounting. One is a single entry accounting system and the other one is a double entry accounting system. What happens in single entry? What happens in double entry? Very simple. In single entry accounting system, we'll be maintaining accounts for debits or credits, either receiving aspect or giving aspect, any one aspect. But when it comes to double entry, in double entry we will maintain book of account based on dual aspects. We maintain book of accounts for receiving aspect as well as giving aspect. That means debits and credit. So in the next video we will discuss what is the structure of double entry, what are the elements, what are the steps, what is the procedure of double entry accounting system from data collection to balance sheet. We'll just discuss these things in the next video. See you soon. Thank you. Hi friends, in this video let us understand double entry accounting system elements, the steps that are involving in double entry, the structure of double entry accounting system. So yes, so when we comes to discuss about double entry accounting system, there is totally 6 steps. The step number 1 is that data collection. Yes, and then we have the second one, that is journals. Next we have ledgers, and after the ledgers we have a trial balance, and after that we'll be having final accounts. In the final account again there is totally 3 sub elements. Number 1, a trading account, and then profit and loss account, then a balance sheet. Of course we may have a cash flow or funds flow, that we'll discuss. So these are all the steps that are involving in a double entry accounting system. So here we'll just discuss the complete overview on these steps. So what is the first step? What is the first step in double entry? That is data collection. Yes, first we need to collect the business information. Before maintaining book of account, what we need to do? First we need to collect the business information. In which form we collect the business information? For example, in a 3 sample, for example, we collect business information in the form of invoices, or maybe and also we collect business information in the form of payment or receipt slips, and we also collect the business information in the form of bank statement. So is it clear? So first we collect business information in the form of invoices and payment or receipt slips, and also sometimes in the bank statement. So how the data, this data, is it in the physical manner? As a human being, I can read what is this in the invoice, or what is this in the payment slip, or what is this in the bank statement. But a double entry accounting system is not a human being to come and read it and understand. So double entry accounting system cannot understand these physical data. So we need to convert. What is the first step? Data collection. So the data, whatever you collected as a human being, we can understand, but not the accounting system, right? So now the first step is in the accounting system is that conversion of business basic information into accounting transaction. The invoices or the payment or receipt slips or the bank statement to be converted into accounting transaction. The business basic information to be converted into accounting transaction. And that is journal. So what is journal? Journal is a process. Journal is a process which converts business basic information into accounting transaction. That is known as journal. Is it clear? So what is the first step? Data collection. What is the second step? Journals. What is the relation between data collection and journal? In the data collection, we are collecting business raw information and we are converting that raw information into accounting transaction. The process of conversion of regular business information into accounting transaction is known as journals. Is it clear? So what next? What next? So for example, there is totally around 3 invoices. So we will be preparing 3 journals. If there is a 4th invoice, we will be preparing 4th journal. If there is a 5th invoice, we will be preparing 5th invoice. So likely in the business in a month, there is a chance of dealing with a number of invoices. Maybe there is around 10,000 invoices. So if there is totally 10,000 invoices, for that 10,000 invoices, we need to prepare 10,000 journals one by one. So finally, I wanted to know what is my purchases. What is the amount that I am supposed to payable to my vendor? So what is my total cash available? So it is very highly difficult. So when we are paying to somebody else, we write a journal. When we are purchasing a good, we will write a journal. So we are simply converting all the business basic information into journals. Is it clear? That is perfect. But problem is that it is highly difficult. Maybe today we recorded 10 purchases, and after 3 days we again recorded 10 purchases. After 5 days again we recorded 10 purchases. So I wanted to know what is my total purchases. Today I am purchasing good from Mohan, and after 2 days again I am purchasing goods from Mohan. After 10 days again I am purchasing goods from Mohan. What is the total goods that I purchased from Mohan? What is the amount that I supposed to pay to Mohan? It is highly difficult to identify and to do all the manual calculation, right? So what we'll do means we'll just open a separate account in the name of purchase, and we'll keep out of this all the journal, we'll keep posting only purchase transactions into purchase book, right? Are understanding? First we prepared journals. As per the list of transaction, we prepared list of journals. Out of that, I wanted to separate only my purchase into purchase book, only my sales into sales book, only my Mohan account to Mohan transaction. So what I'll do here, I'll open a separate book in the name of purchase, and I'll keep all purchase transactions from journals to that separate book. Is it clear? And again I also open one more book in the name of Mohan. I'll keep posting all Mohan transactions from journals to Mohan's book. Again in the same manner I also open one more book in the name of cash. I'll be keep posting all the cash related transactions to cash book. That means, are understanding? First we are preparing journals. There is some purchase, there is some Mohan, again repeat purchase, again Mohan, again some cash, again some purchase, again some Mohan, again cash. So there is a repeated transaction. It is highly difficult to calculate plus one or minus 1. So what I'll do, I'll open a purchase book. I'll keep posting all purchase into that book. I'll open a Mohan book. I just post all Mohan transaction into Mohan's book. I'll open account for cash. I'll be keep posting all cash transactions into cash book. And the process of posting accounting heads into the respective book is called as ledger posting. What is that? The process of posting accounting heads into the respective book is known as ledger posting, and that book called as ledger statement, and the book header is known as ledger account. Is it clear? The process of posting accounting heads into the respective books is known as ledger posting, and that book known as ledger statement, and the book header known as ledger account. This is the third step in the double entry accounting system. And what next? Yes, I prepared some purchase book. I prepared a Mohan's book. I prepared a cash book. In purchase, it is showing some balances. In Mohan book, it is showing some closing balances. In cash, also it is showing some balances. So okay, here it is showing total purchases 84,000. Here it is showing the total amount to be payable to Mohan, some 66,000 some change. So is these answers are perfect or not? Is these answers are correct or wrong? So I wanted to know the accuracy of this statement. Will you approach your chartered accountant? Will you approach your auditor? Will you approach your senior accountant? No. There is a second step. The next step is that a trial balance. What is a trial balance? Trial balance is a statement. Trial balance is a statement which shows the accuracy of the previous book of accounts. Is it clear? First we are preparing journals, then we are posting the same journals into ledgers, and to know the accuracy of ledger closing balances, we'll be preparing the next step. What is that? Trial balance. What is trial balance? Trial balance is a statement which shows the accuracy of previous book of accounts. Is it clear? So what happens in trial balance? Very simple. We'll just keep post only the ledger name, and also we'll just keep posting the ledger closing balance into the respective debit side or on the respective credit side. If it is showing debit closing, keep posting the same into the debit side. If it is showing credit closing, keep posting the same into credit side. It likely just post all the ledger closing balances, all the ledger accounts to the trial balance. At end of the situation, when you finish up the process, at end you should get the total debits that are equals to total credits. Then you can certify, okay, my book of account that which I prepared, journals and ledgers are correct. Is it clear? So what is trial balance? Trial balance is a process. Trial balance is a process which shows accuracy of previous book of account, that means journals and ledgers. To know the accuracy of ledger closing balances, we will be preparing a trial balance. What is trial balance? Trial balance is a statement which shows accuracy of initial book of accounts. Only by getting a valid trial balance, we are allowed to prepare next step. What is that? Final accounts. So when we comes to final account, there is totally 3 sub elements. What is the first one? Trading account, a statement, and next one is that profit and loss account. Next is what? Balance sheet. What is trading account? Trading account is a statement. A trading account is a statement which shows business gross result. Is the business is giving you gross profit or gross loss? And next one that we have is that profit and loss account. Yes, profit and loss account is a statement which shows a business net result. Is a business is giving you net profit or net loss. The next statement that is that balance sheet, to know the business financial position about assets and properties and also liabilities. Yes, balance sheet is a statement which shows your business a financial position. So these are all the steps that are involving in the double entry accounting system. These are all the basic statements that are floating in double entry accounting system. There is also some other statements that are involving a double entry. Those are likely a cash flow, a funds flow, a schedules. So there is some other statements are also available that you will learn only when you join in a CA course, right? So this is the steps and the structure of the double entry accounting system. Thank you.